fast start track is divided in 3 weeks. Week 1 is for you guys to get comfortable with your equipment, whatever piece of equipment you have. So to make sure you know how to press buttons, to make sure that your body feels comfortable with this with the machine. So don't worry much if you don't know how to work with your particular problem yet. It all will come. Your agenda for the first week is to first of all get familiar with the web applications that will be helping you all the way through and for the future. And the second, get familiar with your machine. And in order to do that, we created several tutorials, a series of instructional videos. These materials, our information, we are putting all in one place, so you will have one-stop shop, and this is your unified educational platform. It's your UEP.
Well, it's the Unified Educational Platform, and the website is called myhealtheducation.net. And we'd recommend everyone for this application to use Firefox. Firefox is a free internet browser, but it allows a lot of wonderful features that Internet Explorer doesn't.
So we will, if you can just type it in Google and get the free download, but if you want, we can send you a link where you can download Firefox. So usually your login will be your email address, and your password so far is 54321. Okay, so when you are inside the application and you go to the course tree view, you can see what courses are there. You go for THS Continual Support Programs. So you click on that, you see Healing Fusion Fast Start Guide. Okay, and you click on that, and then you have week 1, 2, and 3. So you click on week 1, and it will give you all sorts of media or videos that we have. I would like to tell you what's the most important to watch if you have a new piece of equipment. So if you have the laser, if you have, doesn't matter if it's Q10 or Q1000, the most important things for you to watch would be a video soft laser for newbies, and also 6 basic ways to use your soft laser, part 1 and 2. So these are your most important pieces of information. If you have enhancers, you can watch the also enhancer webinar, but if you don't, it's not necessary for you. If you just watch the 6 basic ways and soft laser for newbies, you will be well set knowing how to operate your laser. When you open up a video, in the video description, you will also have recommended files to read. If you have a scanner, for the DAV scanner, the most important things for you are tutorials. You have 3 tutorials for beginners, part 1, 2, and 3. They will tell you what the DAV is, how to operate it, and how to work with the body. So this is your kind of a DAV Bible. Besides the tutorials, you have a wonderful DAV demonstrations where Dr. David is showing you everything that what is said in tutorials, but he's showing it to you on video. So the DAV demonstrations would be the second one for you to watch. So between tutorials and demonstrations, we hope that you will have a good basis of understanding your DAV. So DAV is a scanner, but we also have cosmetic devices like CDAV, like 715 or 735. So for cosmetic devices, no matter which cosmetic device you have, also you have 2 tutorials there. You have tutorial number 1, what is cosmetic, and tutorial number 3, which is how to work with cosmetic. And what we don't have yet is tutorial number 2. And I probably put that coming soon because we didn't shoot it yet. It's not ready yet. But well, as you could see, we are adding materials to your week 1 every day, so we are working on it. And we have to create tutorial number 2 separately for different pieces of equipment. It will be different for CDAV, for 715 or 735. But regardless, if you have one or the other, tutorial number 3, which is how to work with your Cosmotic, will be general. So regardless of what kind of Cosmotic device you have, tutorial number 3 is gonna tell you how to work with your body. So just go and do that. And also there is a recommended reading with that. So with Cosmotic, recommended reading comes as an article. It's a pretty big one. It's called That Mysterious Cosmotic, and that tells quite a bit about Cosmotic. And if you feel it's overwhelming, if you feel it's too much, don't worry about it. Just base your work on tutorials. You should be well set, and especially considering that Cosmotic is really easy to work with. You don't need to know particular protocols. You just put the machine on the place that hurts the most and keep it there until it doses. So that's simple as that. And that's all you need to do in week 1, because we will be learning more about protocols, how to work with Cosmotic and Scanner in the next weeks, in week 2 and 3. Now, if you have a 735 Cosmotic, then there is another video that talks about features and benefits of Cosmotic. And also there is an interesting webinar which we did on Cosmotic. So if you have extra time, watch the Cosmotic webinar. There is also quite a bit of information there. But if you're overwhelmed with information, just do tutorials. That's it. We also have a little video called for the Fusion, which we called Guidelines on Choosing the Fusion Device. That we also recommend to watch. And again, with every piece of equipment, every piece of video, will be recommended files to read. I had an interesting program, and our guest from Japan, Pat Knox, designed the 30-day program with the Fusion equipment. Your first 30 days with the Fusion devices. So watch them too. That's actually really recommended for you. We thought it's really interesting. So that's your UEP. That's your homework for the week 1. And week 1 again is about you being very comfortable with your devices. But that's not it. That's not all of it. So UEP and studying the material is only the first part of what you're going to be doing. But the second part is a little bit more challenging. So because
and fun.
Yeah, and fun. Yes, fun. It's a new application called Continual Health Monitoring. What we found, guys, is that those who monitor their progress heal much faster. Lately, we've been working on a new application. We all, Dr. David, myself, and Greg, we spent quite a bit of time. And of course, Greg's expertise and his genius is behind this program. But I think it's coming really smoothly, really nicely. And it is a beta stage. So there are many improvements yet to be made to it. But what this thing is going to do for you, it's going to be your history online, and it will be your self-check. It will be something that will help you to monitor your progress every day.
See, one of the biggest problems is if we don't monitor, then our unconsciousness monitors for us. If we don't monitor how we're doing, then we tend to then disregard all the little successes that we did have.
Also, you could easily forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. It says when we don't consciously monitor, our minds tend to create rules of measurement so big and so wide that the progress we actually make each day is many times not seen or neglected or worse, minimized. Or, oh yeah, it helped a little bit yesterday, but if we monitored it, it would be, oh my gosh, my energy in the beginning of the day started out at 2. I used the soft laser. I put the blanket around me. I put the Dove or any of the other cosmetic devices on my neck. For 20 minutes, my energy went up to an 8. Well, that's a lot different. But yeah, I kind of felt a little better yesterday, you know. And we then say that that day was nothing, and when we minimize actually the wonderful changes that happen, that can now actually stop or reduce our growth and actually then our destiny. And we then many times stifle those around us, and that's not fun. And that's what we're doing here is to help people, help us, help you get into the groove where it becomes enjoyable and fun to make the corrections and see where you're going. And to then create a future where there's a magnetic pull forward and then have our past, the past information, our past become a force to now push us forward. And then with calls like this, to then add motivation, to share your successes, be able to ask directly for feedback. Hey, what am I doing here? You know, for 3 days I made some nice changes, and that fourth day, it wasn't the same. What could be happening? You know, and then be able to receive more weekly on how to use the equipment, and then receive more skills for even more success. So that's what it's all about.
In order to get to this application, you log into HIHHP.net. It stands for Hand in Hand Healing Partnership.
What you would do first is go to the sign up, like I'm doing here.
Basically, it's standard sign up. So you create your username and create a password.
Confirm your password and then email address. Then you would hit this sign login. And then after you've done that, it will say, okay, you're signed up. You then go into the login with that username and the password, and then you would hit login.
But don't worry if you didn't get it right now. So it will be a series of short instructional videos of how to use this application and how to log in. Okay, so after you log in, what you are gonna have? You're gonna have a survey. And unless you complete the survey, you're not going to get into the application. So this is kind of forcing you to do that. It's a real simple survey, even though it's 36 questions, but it is a simple one. It's just basically screening your general level of satisfaction with your health. So this is a survey called RAND 36. When we have that, we have the statistics, guys. So our observations and your work will help to prove that our technologies actually work and how they work for particular conditions, because we're really interested to see the trends and to have the objective stats. By the way, this survey has a score, so you score as a result of it. And then you can see if you will, let's say 30 when you started, and after 3 weeks you are 60. It's a great progress. It shows that quality of your life actually increased.
And we can see then maybe one part, like one quality of our life increased and the other one stayed the same. Well, that will tell us a lot of great stuff. So
why we selected the RAN 36 is because it's accepted now pretty widely, and even in mainstream medicine, it's something that they take into account. Validates our results. When you get through that survey, then you will have your calendar. What you will have on the screen is the calendar and the day of your session. So on the bottom, you will have your stats, because you will be able to watch the dynamics of your healing. You will be able to see if you are regressing or progressing and how your different symptoms behave.
Progress is it's dynamic. If you'd like to check the last, say, month or last 3 months, 6, year, and then just indefinitely, so you can track your overall performance since signing up. Process.
And don't worry, guys, if it looks a little complicated, it's actually real simple, and it will be all sorts of instructional videos. So let's try to make a new session. That's what will bring you up. So you assess the level of stress for today and your level of energy for today. And you put your 3 main complaints as you have them today. And then you select your goals. So for example, I have an upper back pain, and what I want to achieve within 3 weeks it's reduction of my pain level in my upper back 70%. So that's my goal. And eventually, Greg will make program trace your goal. So every day it will tell you, well, you are that much closer to your goal. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Your goals will be displayed on the right-hand side, and it will trace your energy level and trace of your stress level continuously. But the other indicators, it will be tracing like kind of overall pain level for today. And pain, we mean complaints too, not necessarily physical pain. So
In which to tertiary? What does that mean?
it means the third.
Third.
Yes, so the
Second.
primary, secondary, and yeah, we looked in the dictionary for that one.
Main complaint.
So you select your 3 main complaints to trace. Now, but that's not the most interesting part. If you go down, you will see the body, and you can take the level of your pain, let's say, and drag to where it hurts. Let's say I have a level 8 pain level 8 on my upper back. You have to keep that. Yeah. And that's how it works. If you can see it, it will mark. Just let it go. Yep. And it will mark the level of your pain, and it will save it. Now, what you also need to do is to assess the function of your body in that particular area. So if you have a reduction of level of motions, then your functions are not full. So you only can you have functions on a level of 6 instead of 10. So you go and drag it and put it there. So it will mark your level of your functions of that area. And you can do that for all your 3 complaints on the body.
Or it doesn't even have to be 3 complaints.
Well, we will trace majorly. It can be more, but we will actually trace 3 in areas. So
Next week, we're actually going to have a tagging solution, whereas
yeah,
when you drop one of these items from the right to the left, you'll be able to select which one of your complaints it adheres to. So as soon as you make that drop, you'll have a list, and you'll be able to click whatever one it is, and from any one of your complaints.
So you do that before the session, before your treatment session, and you do the same thing after the treatment session. When you finish the session, then you will have the graph that will give you the progress you achieved during the session. So you can trace your progress during the session, progress from yesterday to tomorrow, and over a week, over a month time, or over 3 months time. So does it look cool?
Very.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Looks
taking
great.
master's degree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really cool application, and we actually convinced that having this application and monitoring your progress will help you heal faster.
So if you'd like to add an area of complaint, Dr. Arena, if you wouldn't mind going to the top and clicking preferences,
Sure.
you can add an area of complaint on the fly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now notice she clicked out of her session. She clicked preferences while she was still doing something. Well, in most cases, that would be a hassle to get all that information back. This stores it at the exact location that you're on, even if you log out. So when you come back in, you'll be exactly where you were before. Not really recommended to spend.
So this works for other people too, is that it?
It's complaint. I feel neglected by my husband. That's a complaint. And my goal is well, you can do that too. Why not? Complaints can be on a physical level or emotional level. Doesn't really matter.
See, look at that.
And
now
see, and
number
that's
1.
now it's a main complaint. See, and it's number 1 now.
Husband needs to take better care of me. Sensitive teeth exercise.
Love it.
So you can have all sorts of fun with this, and you can set your own goals. No one is going to check you. It's your application. It's for you. So if you are, you have to be comfortable with that and have fun with that. So it's totally for you. And if you can see it on the screen, on the bottom, you will be able to compare one day to the other, and you will be able to select the time that you want to compare one to the other.
So I can compare my husband needs to take better care of me
Yeah.
with my upper back pain.
No, yeah, or extra weight.
Oh,
sometimes,
okay.
yeah, but yeah, right?
Yeah.
So we will be able to compare that and see how that correlates. Are you loving this, guys?
I'm loving this.
Because actually a lot of things are that way. As as certain things occur, that affects other things we may not even be aware of. So
my extra weight might be need to find a husband to take care of me.
That's right.
That's
So,
it.
lack of husband may be your complaint. And your goal may be to find a husband. So that's
See,
within 3 weeks.
see, actually,
Enough for one lifetime.
it's just husband need, right? You need to put the need first. Need husband to take care of you. It's all where the emphasis is, right?
Okay, so that's actually, and of course, it's just brief overview. To see what this application can do, you have to play with that, and you will see how much it will help you in a little while. Fast Start Track is 3 weeks, and during these 3 weeks, we want everyone to work on their issues, their most important issues, and achieve certain progress. So we also noticed that the progress is much better in a group. So if you have a group of individuals who are in the same boat as you are and goes through the same hurdles as you do and have the same difficulties, it kind of makes it easier. So you're not alone out there. So we figured we will we will put you in the groups. The experience that we had before with mastermind groups is that a group of that type is usually between 5 and 7 people. And hopefully, we really hope that you will be very comfortable with each other and know each other and know each other's difficulties and will help each other to go through the beginning of the program. Because we will be also giving you a chat room so you guys can talk at any point of time and you can ask questions. So Jeannie will be on the other side. So at any point when you have a question, you can just type a question and send it to Jeannie, and Jeannie will talk to you back. Right, Jeannie? Okay, guys, so that's what we wanted to tell you today. So your homework for the week will be study those materials on UEP, get familiar with your devices, and get familiar with this application.